Yo, yo, it's JSF. And I know this is Dragon Ball. I know this is usually Mortal Kombat content, but I wanted to talk about something which is general FGC, transcends fighting, well, not fighting games, but every other game specifically. It's literally something that goes across NRS games, ArcSys games, Capcom games, whatever. Basically, what I wanted to say is pro players don't know everything. And for some people, that's normal. That's, oh, well, of course they don't. But some people live and die by what pro players say, right? Like, they put out their tier list, nah, this is, some people are like, nah, this is the truth. They put out their opinions, this is facts. Like, even when I disagreed with Silver Eye when he said Fujin was good, Silver Eye's argument was like, I'm not saying what pro players say is law, but me, Dragon, Han Rashid, blah, 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 a bunch of nonsense, a bunch of name dropping, right? And I'm like, I don't care about any of that. That doesn't make any of you right. You know what I'm saying? Plus, I've beaten Han Rashid, and I've come close to beating him in tournament. But that's beyond the point. My point is, pro players don't know everything, and this I thought was a good example to just prove it, because some people don't know this. Some people think, you know, if a pro player says something, well, they're the best, so they must know the best, right? False. It is not true. Now, I'm from the world of sports, and I'm from the world of hip-hop. In hip-hop, you have artists who are the ones who make the bodies of work, but they don't necessarily know the best way to go about that body of work. They always have managers who tell them, hey, this song is better than this song. Hey, this song will be good, best suited for this, right? Even though the artist made the music and the artist is the amazing artist, right? I say Kendrick Lamar is a great artist. He still has a manager and a label, because just because you're the one who's doing the action and you're really amazing at it, it doesn't mean that you know everything about everything. That's against sports, right? Tom Brady, you could say, if you play football, right? If you understand football, one of the best quarterbacks of all time, etc., etc., etc. He's always had a coach, right? Even the best players of all time need a coach. Can Andy Reid go out there and run Tyreek Hill's routes? Not at all, bro. Never. But he needs a coach to you know, set up the offense, tell them this is this is that, right? So just because you can execute the best, just because you're the best with a controller in your hands in a specific game, that doesn't mean you know the best. But anyway, what am I talking about, right? Let's get right to the shits. So here's a tweet from, you know, a week or so, maybe 2 weeks ago, where Sonic Fox tweeted, so in Dragon Ball Fighters, well, so in DBFZ you can air special cancel your 6M in the Spark. Who the fuck else knew this? Now, granted, I didn't know that. I didn't know it at all. And some of the tweet responses were Dekil Sage saying, learning this blew my mind, not gonna cap. And then Hook Gang God also tweeted, I didn't know this either, what the fuck? And if you didn't know, Dekil Sage and Hook Gang God are also two of the best American Dragon Ball Fighters players. Just two of the best, right? Sonic Fox is probably the best. No, not probably. Sonic Fox is the best American Dragon Ball Fighters player, just the best. Hood Gang God and Dekil Sage are probably 2 and 3 in whatever order, but they all didn't know about this mechanic that existed in the game from day one. And then we have Super Noon, who's also a pro player, said, "Are you fucking kidding me, guys?" And then Alioun, who's a UK. I believe Alioun's from UK. I could be mistaken, but Alioun is not from the United States. Alioun was aware of this. Alioun was aware. So you see Alioun tweeting, you know, some shit at Sonic Fox about it as well, even posting some examples. But point is, this is something that's been in the game since day one. It's not necessarily groundbreaking, oh my god, look at this tech, this is crazy, but it's something that could have potentially led to something, right? It's something that's in the game that could have been like looked at more for certain players to say, maybe I can find a setup off of this, maybe I can find some tech off of this, right? But there are some of the best players in the world had no idea it was in the game, just had no clue, just didn't know. And I didn't know it either, but I'm not one of the best players in the world. I don't know a lot of things about Dragon Ball Fighters, right? But my point with this video is basically take what pro players say with a grain of salt, or just take it as, oh cool, that's one person's opinion, or that's a good player's opinion, but don't take it as the law. Because just because they're a high level player or pro player, I've seen so many pro players, high level players, sponsor players say shit that I just know for a fact is flat out wrong. And I'm the dude who will go on Twitter quote tweet it and be like, nah, this is big cap. And I will say it. And I won't feel bad about it. And half the time they'll at me. It's just like the Perfect Legend shit, right? They have egos. I don't have an ego. I'm nobody. They have egos sometimes, not saying the people I'm talking about from Dragon Ball. I mean in the NRS community, right? Some of these players have egos, or any other community say, you don't know what you're talking about, blah, blah, blah. Who are you? You're a nobody. You don't even play the game. And I'm like, fam, all that talking down you're doing, trying to make yourself seem important to make me seem unimportant, just tells me that, you know, you have an ego, you're insecure, you don't know something that I know. I'm confident in my opinion. I can tell you, hey, X character is bad because of X and Y. X character is good because of X and Y. X matchup is this way because of this and that. And I will always explain myself. But the point is, just don't listen to pro players blindly. Don't listen to anyone blindly in any facet of life. This goes beyond fighting games. Just because somebody tells you something, nah, this is this. Well, ask them why. They won't answer you. There's your answer. I should take their answer with a grain of salt. If somebody says something and you ask them, why do you say that? Or why do you think that? Why is that way? And they don't give you a direct, straight answer explaining it, take it with a grain of salt, because a lot of times some of our favorite players, pro players, etc., they just don't know. You know, you can be the best player in the world. That doesn't mean you understand everything about the game perfectly. I don't think Tom Brady understands how to run routes perfectly. He's a great quarterback. I hope that makes sense. I know some of y'all don't watch sports, don't play sports, don't care for sports like football, basketball, etc. But like, if you look at Michael Jordan, he had a coach. If you look at every great player in sports has an amazing coach, right? Like, you, just because you know how to execute, like play well, you can physically do the motions the best. Maybe you don't fall under pressure, maybe your hands, you got the reactions in your brain, whatever. That doesn't mean that you can do the analytical breakdown, which is why I do analysis, right? I don't need to be the best Mortal Kombat 11 player to be able to break the game down the best. So when people ask why should we listen to you, why do you know? I'm the analytical guy. I do match analysis. I do analysis of my own matches. I do breakdowns. I do, you know, like, you can be analytical without being the best at the game. But anyway, I don't want to take too much of your time. I just wanted to talk about this because it was something I was thinking about for a while. I was thinking about doing this video last week. Got caught up in some other stuff with the combat cast and all that. But hey, if you guys enjoyed the content, feel free to subscribe to the channel. That's a good way to show, hey, people like your content and we're getting more subs. So, you know, if you guys like the video, feel free to like it. Thank y'all for watching. I'm gonna go ahead and get up out of here. JSF, I'm out. Peace.